Hi, this is Dr. Ivan Alfonso from Daytona, and I'm actually here with Tom Reagan. Is that right? Reagan? Reagan. Good friend of mine and Mike's, and he produced this year some unbelievable morphs of Burmese Pythons, which are first, right?
Most of these are first, yes.
First ever. Now, as we all know, I'm holding a ticking time bomb because this deadly snake, any moment, is going to strike, strangle me, eat me, and go and kill everyone else in the show. So we only have a few seconds before that happens. I'm just going to go ahead and have Tom tell us more about this incredible morph he produced, which hopefully the camera is catching the contrast here. It's amazing. What can you tell us about this particular one, Tom?
This particular animal came from a clutch of hypo to hypo, which produces a super form of an ivory. Now, what was unique about this animal is that the ivory made more of a stripe going down the back and a lot of white coming up on the sides, which is very non-typical for the super form of the hypo. There are two different explanations that I got for this animal, and that is, this is the first time that an ivory that's het for albino has been produced. So it's either the influence of the het albino gene, or it's the fact that I used imported hypo female that looked remarkably different than the others that came in with her group. She was a lot darker. She had a lot of charcoal gray looking down her side. And so I don't know if it's that female that made this particular ivory look remarkably different, or whether it's the het albino influence. But I'm going to repeat some of the breedings this year, and I'm going to find out for sure.
One thing that Tom mentioned to me, which I found fascinating, was this guy is the sibling to your blue ivory.
That's right.
So that clutch produced two different morphs.
That's right.
In the same clutch, which is, I don't know about unheard of, but it's very rare to have something like that happening.
Two different looks entirely, and you mentioned the blue eyes. The siblings to these are blue-eyed ivories, but this animal in particular, and the other ones that look like this animal, had more of a red iris and red pupil rather than a blue and a black. So it's more than just the skin pattern and the scalation and the ivory and the white. It's also in the pupils as well. So whenever you go from a blue or a gray pupil with a or blue or gray iris with a black pupil to a completely red iris and red pupil, and that tells me there's something else going on in this animal other than just a little bit of pigmentation in the skin.
So guys, as you can see, the Burms are starting to move on or move in the ball python morph market, which is good to know, because here's the thing, all joking aside, it's not impossible to keep them in Florida. You need a permit. But you know what? If you're willing to have this high-end kind of Burmese pythons, you need a permit, and there's no secret that Fish and Wildlife needs to know what you have.
Right.
But it's not impossible to have them. They're not forbidden, at least not yet. And as you can see, these animals are not any more dangerous than any snake. They're really not. They're just fascinating. I mean, I've never owned a Burm myself, but these guys are getting me to start considering getting my permit, to start getting some. I'm only paying you like 20 bucks for it.
No, so, I don't think I can let it go for that.
I think you will. You'll see. But this is a fascinating animal, and this is just one of several beautiful morphs that Tom produced this year. And I'm not supposed to say, but he told me that the best is yet to come. Isn't that right, Tom?
That's true. There are other things. We got other tricks working, so we'll have some more new stuff next year.
I can't wait to see what he brings next year. But once again, I mean, from the Daytona Reptile Expo with Tom Reagan, this is Ivan Alfonso, and basically trying to get you back into